Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy back with the latest edition of Why I Won't Watch, a segment where I detail my reasons as to why I won't watch a certain movie, TV show, anime, or what have you. And in this session, I don't even know how to begin this one. I mean, of all the most unnecessary sequels to come out this year, I personally believe that none come close to Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. And it's coming out in April. A movie that originally came out in January, which is widely considered the worst possible time to release a movie because that's shit season right there, got a sequel. I mean, yes, Taken 3 got a sequel, and I'm sure there's going to be a plethora of other sequels coming out this year that might be unnecessary, but I sit and I ask myself, why? Well, why Paul Blart Mall Cop 2? Was there really such a big demand for this? And I already feel like I'm detailing my reasons right now, but I'm baffled. But enough of that. I didn't come here to rant about Paul Blart Mall Cop, although you could make the argument that I'm gonna do it anyway. I came here to list my reasons as to why I won't watch this awful looking film coming out this Friday. And the first and biggest reason as to why I won't watch this movie is because after watching the trailer, it just didn't sell me. It looks so god awful, stupid, and worst of all, unfunny. And there is nothing worse than when a comedy film, a film made so that people can laugh at it and enjoy it, isn't funny. That's a train wreck waiting to happen. Now, I will admit, there is one scene in the trailer that did make me laugh the first time that I saw it. And that was the scene where Paul Blart runs face first into a glass window. That scene was pretty funny. Hell, I didn't even know that there was a glass until he hit it. I laughed out loud. But every other scene in the movie, it just looks so awkward and forced and unfunny. Like the scene where he's riding the Segway and he gets hit by the car and then he's like, still got it. Or the final scene where he's like hitting on this policewoman who's on this horse and then gets kicked and hits the car. Oh God, the fighting bird is what killed it for me. The minute that I saw a scene where he is fighting a crane, I'm like, why? How are you going to fit that into the story of the film? Like, fighting a crane, part of the story. And with that said, that now leads me into the second reason as to why I won't watch this film. And that's its story. It seems so generic, dull, and boring. You mean to tell me that Paul Blart is going on a trip, a vacation with his family, and then all of a sudden these criminals are taking over the hotel, and he has to team up with all these outcast security people in order to stop them, and he's the only guy that can really bring the team together? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, this concept is nothing original. We have seen this type of story being told countless times in other films, including the first Paul Blart Mall Cop, where this average guy is caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time and is called to greatness and has to do something about it. The problem with this is that it really feels like a rehash and extremely unoriginal. That now leads me to my third reason, which is also the final nail in the coffin as to why I won't watch this film. And that's the fact that I never saw the first Paul Blart Mall Cop for the exact same reasons as to why I don't want to watch its sequel, showing that they've learned absolutely nothing from the first. They're basically rehashing the first film. The concept, the humor, everything. Nothing was learned. They're just like, well, it worked the first time. Let's do it again. More money for us, right? The first one looked completely stupid, completely generic, and worst of all, unfunny. And similar to the sequel, there was a scene in the first movie's trailer that did make me laugh. It's the scene where he's trying to like slide across the floor and he stops halfway and he's just like, I'm not gonna deny it. I found that scene to be quite humorous, but that's it. That is it. And from what I heard from both critics and audiences alike, the first film wasn't all that good. In fact, a lot of people found it to be completely horrendous. So, that begs the question once again, why does this film get a sequel? What about the first film made it seem like it was deserving of a sequel? Not only that, what baffles me even more is the fact that this film is getting a sequel 5 or 6 years after the release of the first film. And as I mentioned earlier, the first film didn't really make that big of an impression. Not a lot of people liked it. So again, what was the purpose of releasing this sequel? You can't say you were banking on the name like, oh, it's such a franchise name, people are gonna go see it anyway. No, they're not. Not a lot of people like Paul Blart, and not a lot of people remembered that shitty movie that was released 5 or 6 years ago. They're not gonna be like, what, Paul Blart's getting a sequel? I've been waiting for that for eons. No one's saying that. The only reason I could think of as to why this film got a sequel is because of Kevin James. Kevin James is trying desperately to still stay relevant in the public eye. And the only way he's gonna be able to do that is to have a franchise to bank on. Just like how Martin Lawrence sold his soul to keep making Big Mama's House movies, which, I mean, after the first time, I think we all were pretty done with it. But of course, Martin Lawrence didn't have any other deals, so he's like, yeah, I'll sign a check for Big Mama's 2. I'll sign a check for Big Mama's 3. It's the same thing. Kevin James is trying to stay relevant, and the only way he can see himself doing that is he needs to attach himself to a property. What's the only property that he has that was bankable and has a character that he played? Paul Blart. So he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do Paul Blart too. I want to stay relevant. I want that check. And I can't blame him. You know, he's an actor. That's his profession, and he wants to continue making money off of it. But come on, buddy. Come on. From what I heard, you're actually a talented comedian. You are much more deserving than the material that you're getting with Paul Blart or with any of the other Happy Madison productions you've been a part of, buddy. Come on. You could do better. And those, ladies and gentlemen, were my reasons as to why I won't watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. But I'm not the end-all, be-all opinion about this film. I'm sure there are some people out there that are looking forward to seeing Paul Blart Mall Cop. Maybe you are a fan of the first one. Maybe you found the trailer to be funny. And so I ask you guys this. What do you guys think about this sequel? Are you really excited to go see it? Are you going to watch it opening day? Or are you like me and just found it to be completely unnecessary and you're just going to skip it entirely? And let me know, what do you think about Paul Blart Mall Cop? Did you like the first one? Did you enjoy it? And what is your favorite Kevin James movie? Comment below and let me know. And don't think I forgot. Yes, I have a bunch of reviews coming your way. I'm working on them right now. I'm just trying to beat out this laziness and the hecticness that is this week. So stay tuned for those. But until those videos come, guys, if you would like to be a part of the Black Critic crew and not miss out on a single awesome video, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm telling you what, this second, not playing a mall cop, but being the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.